Trent Hill. We're probably about less than a mile from the foot of the Philpott Dam where the Smith River starts. We're going to try out some metal detecting today in the water. A couple months back it flooded really bad through here, so we're going to see if we can find anything cool that's washed in. We're going to be kayaking through the back side of some neighborhoods, some factories, some churches, so there's a lot of stuff that probably washed in here from the flood, so we're going to try to get underwater today. The water's a little stained, but it's better than it has been, so. It's to be, yeah. It's like a stuffed animal, remote control contraption. It's full of sand. Let me try to get the sand out of it. It looks to be a tractor. The inside of something. It's got that like copper wire kind of masked up like the inside of a small motor. I picked right up on it. I couldn't see it. It's a CO2 cartridge.
What's your guess? What is it?
I don't know. It's got a fan, a motor. It's something that ran for long periods of time and needed to be cooled. I don't know. It's got like feet on it, kind of. DJ set? I don't know. I'm just looking at all these plug-ins for. Oh, cool. Good eye. Yeah.
When did it go bad?
I'd say a couple weeks ago. Wow, I have to date that air. That's cool. Old. 70s or older. Yeah, I'd say so. It's got that style thing, and it's rusted. Is it not aluminum? We're gonna try out this new toy, underwater metal detector. This is a good spot. It's a little creek beside here, and they feed the river, and there's a lot of little stuff we always find in the runoffs. So we're gonna hook it up. Runs off a 9-volt battery. See what we can find. That's definitely a trash can from one of the parks. See, it's got the concrete base on it. We'll never get that out. That'd probably get our 1,000-pound goal right there. And these bottles here.
Like 7-Up or something?
7-Up make Coca-Cola? I mean, is that made by the Coca-Cola company?
I believe so.
Never fails. We find a hubcap. Well, what I think's a hubcap.
Nice.
Never fails. We find a hubcap. But a cell phone.
Is that an iPhone 2?
I don't know.
Very cool.
We might be able to clean that up later on and get some serial numbers, some information off of it to figure out how old it is. This is just a little creek that feeds the river. I have no idea the name of the creek or where it comes from, but it's our second cell phone ever.
phone at first.
No,
Like a
it
toy or
looked
something.
like somebody smashed it.
I bet that's what that other picture
I bet that is
too.
because it was pink and it looked kind of like a
Yeah.
bicycle frame of some sort. We like to find stuff we could possibly date.
I think there's a shoe hung up in it.
Mm.
Part of one.
I'll set that for now. I'll drag that on the way back out. Oh, what is that? There's another spoon up here. And a gun.
Oh.
Found a gun.
There's a gun.
This creek probably runs to a neighborhood. There's a lot of household stuff in here. All right, so our guess was right about this being near some houses because there's a lot of household goods. I don't know if you can tell. There's a road that runs right up here just over the creek bank. Not saying it came from those houses, but usually your houses have to be near for this stuff to wash this far down. This is so disheartening to see all this trash. It's like you get as much as you possibly can, but there's no way to get it all out. And as I say that, I think we have a license plate. That we do. Cool. So this is a creek that ran over to the river about 100 foot from where we put in. Leanne pulled off. And wasn't a lot right when you walked into it, but the further you walk back into it, it was a lot. So we got a hubcap, looks probably off an old Buick or Oldsmobile, frying pan, old license plate, some sort of toy gun, a really, really old bicycle. We're gonna try to clean that up later. It's covered in, it's like fishing line or something. Try to figure out how old that is. And we got some vintage bottles to add to our collection. This is the first spot. It's already producing.
Right back to cell phone.
Oh yeah, and a cell phone. Our second cell phone. So cell phones and guns are always at the top of the list to find.
We found both.
And we found both today. So, found something right here. I know. Metal detector picked up on it. It's like a pressure cooker. It says tested to 350 pounds. We just finished up a 1.5 miles today and just go through and show you guys a couple of things we found. First, we'll start with this really old bike we pulled out of a feeder creek, not too far from where we put in. It's covered in thick fishing lines, no telling how old it is. We might be able to clean it up and date it, but it's really, really rusted. Found our first gun. Not exactly the gun we want to find, but still pretty cool. The cool thing about finding stuff like this is you can look it up online and get an idea how old it is. Kind of put a timetable how long it's been in the river. This here is actually an old pressure cooker. I don't know if it's made out of aluminum, but I believe it's made out of copper. Old license plate, it's ate up pretty good. It's a Virginia plate. Leanne found this little plastic cycle. Various metal pieces and wires. The metal detector actually did really well today. Picked up a lot of stuff. On the bigger metal pieces, that it was really, really vibrating hard. So that's a super cool tool to have today, especially when water clarity is really, really low. And it can really pick up a lot in this sand. Actually, true to what we always do, we found a hubcap. I'm gonna try to figure out where that goes to. Looks like it went up against a curb before it came off. Another vintage bottle. We like dating those, cleaning those up. We'll probably do some sort of project or something with those at some point. And our cell phone. So we found a cell phone today. It's pretty beat up. It's no telling how old it is, but something else we might be able to date. So again, we weren't able to get under the surface as much today as we wanted to. This year has been a challenge. The water, as you can tell, is pretty stained. And with the current like that, and trying to get to the bottom and get close to see stuff, it's really, really difficult. But again, we are chipping away at our 1,000-pound goal. We are probably really, really close. Again, we're going to throw up a video at the end of the year with what we recycle and what we're able to haul off with the trash. So again, appreciate you. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and like the video. Also, check us out on River Rovers on Instagram. We post some cool stuff we find there. So if you want to give that a check as well, we will see you next time. I think next weekend we're going to head out with Smith River Outfitters and see if we can do a river cleanup project that they do every August. So we'll try to help out with that. But we'll see you then.